So this entrance you can see here, signposted Teakettle Row. Teakettle Row was one of the original sets of cottages built for the workers. I wonder what other workers made who live there, I wonder. That used to be one of the routes into the bottom of the Arboretum, and an old map's plan shows that you could go straight through, but unfortunately there's been a brick wall built over it now. A bit of a shame, but that's progress, I suppose. And just here, another beautiful house, the Chestnuts, stunning. And just here is the entrance to the rope walk, which is featured in a number of the other walks. This is the main entrance, with the wall you can see beyond there being the bottom part of the Sunnyside Estate, as was. And this building here was the shop for the Sunnyside Estate, which is at the top of this hill, where Sunnyside House once was. And there's a path that runs up there, you can see, to the Sunnyside Estate. More recently this was a pottery, now it's just a private home. But this is the entrance into the Quaker burial ground, which is a rather pleasant, if not steep, and probably not the most accessible way into the bottom of the Coalbrookdale Arboretum. So here we are at the entrance to the Quaker burial ground, with its rather splendid redwoods. And to get into the Arboretum, you carry straight on by, follow your nose, as follows. Another opportunity for a lovely view, which I'll take a photograph of. And on that you can see, this is the Lightmoor Valley, which we've walked up before. That's Cherry Tree Hill just there, with the houses up to the left hand side, and the railway cuts up through there and up, well actually a bit further around and up that way. And to our left is Lomehole Dingle, Juggers Bank, and you see Woodside House there. There's rather splendid cedar in front of it. But we are going, now the sun's come out, this way. So you can see behind us, this was one of the old routes, which is now a private garden, up into the Coalbrookdale Arboretum. And here we have the main, well, one of the main gated entrances. So the Derbys would come up from that side, from the Quaker burial ground, perhaps through here. You can see there's some official paths through here too, which is good. And what we'll do is we'll take a bit of a meander through, starting at the bottom and working our way up to the top. So you can see from the signs and locks and fences, and unfortunately this isn't an area you can go to anymore. I think that's private residence owned by the Ironbridge Gorge, and you can see the back end of the Derby houses here. There they are. And this building here, which is known as the Tobacco House, beautiful building. And just here, in fact, you can still see some of the bamboo, etc. And this arch you can see in front of you used to stand a rather splendid fountain, and it was gravity fed, and this system went all the way up the side of the valley here, up along the edge of the Arboretum, and I believe it was impressive enough. It was very similar apparently in design to the one that's down in the grounds, which I'll take a photograph of and drop into this note to self, as the one that was down in the grounds in the museum centre at the bottom of the hill. But we're going to go along the bottom of the Arboretum here and see what else is a bit further along. So what we have here is the sad remains of what was a nationally important collection of damson and bullish trees. Some local residents got together some years ago and tried to cajole and fundraise and get some money going and some support for getting this place recognised and maintained, but sadly it didn't happen, and it was rather forgotten about. And then the snows came, and you can see here, and they destroyed trees that hadn't been trimmed and pruned as well as they should have been. There's still a lot here, which is good, but compared to what it once was, you see there's a lower level here and a higher level up there. They really haven't been maintained. There's some maintenance that did occur meant that some of the trees were trimmed and the bark damaged on the bottom. It's a real shame, but hopefully it can be redone at some point. This is Rookery Cottage, or now known as, I think, Cottage in the Woods, which is a little confusing because on that side of the valley there is actually the Cottage in the Woods, which was one of the follies that was built on the walks, the Sabbath walks, built by one of the ironmasters. But what a splendid view it is from here. So we're going to head back up. You can get through there, but put your dog on a lead, and that takes you down to the Cinder Hill play area again. What we'll do is we'll head up back through, up into perhaps a more formal planted area